Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Hey guys, welcome to my second League of Legends guide. This week I bring you Ezreal, the Prodigal Explorer. Ezreal is a ranged ADC with an emphasis on skill shots.
It's all skill.
As an ADC, I take flat armor seals, magic resist glyphs, flat damage marks, and flat damage quints. In the Masteries, I take 21 offense with 9 in defense. Early game is a fairly easy but crucial time for Ezreal. I start with boots and potions to begin with, farming up to get Phage as fast as possible. Berserker's Greaves are a must for any ADC, so try to pick those up on the same trip back as Phage. Take a point in Mystic Shot right at the start, followed by Arcane Shift, leaving your Essence Flux for last. Max your ult first, of course. The range on Ezreal's Mystic Shot is pretty good, so harass enemy lane mates when you get the chance. But the biggest thing about early game Ezreal is farming the minions. When the opportunity arises, make sure you chain his abilities, because his passive gives him more attack speed with the more attacks you land, so if you're going in for a kill, be sure to land every attack. Ezreal's third ability, Arcane Shift, is by far the best escape mechanic for any ADC. Make sure you save it for times when you need it the most, like closing the gap on a sure kill or escaping from a gank. Ezreal works better with some supports than others, with my personal favorite being Taric. Depending on what your team needs though, I also like Sona and Soraka. Finding who you work best with is a personal preference, so try out different matchups. Taric has a ranged stun that can grab an enemy champion and let Ezreal really dish out some damage. Also, knowing what your enemies can do is very important. Your Arcane Shift can get you out of most things, but taking it for granted can leave you vulnerable to ganks. Mid-game is a very versatile time for Ezreal as far as items go. I build Ezreal for crit, so during mid-game I build Trinity Force, Infinity Edge, and Phantom Dancer. These items really complement each other and let you really dish out a lot of damage. One good thing to point out, your Mystic Shot and Trinity Force go hand in hand, because the Spellblade proc from Trinity Force is consumed when Mystic Shot hits an enemy, meaning Ezreal's Mystic Shot hits very hard. As you build these items, it becomes more and more important to keep your stacks of Rising Spell Force up, giving you 50% more attack speed. You can shred any enemy that comes your way, but never get too gutsy. Ezreal is very fragile even with the health bonus from Trinity Force. Your job as the ADC is to stay behind your teammates and kill anything within shooting distance. Having good teammates you can communicate with is always a plus, even more so having a direct line with your support. Ezreal is extremely fun, partly due to his ult. You can snipe kills from anywhere on the map, and learning the timing on your ult is important, since you can help your team if you had to retreat or they got into a bad situation. The better you get with it, the more you can do. You can even steal Dragon or Baron if you get lucky enough. If you're getting singled out in teamfights, do not fear. You can use that to your advantage. You can essentially kite the enemies back into your team or even into a tower if you know what you are doing. Harass from a distance with your Q, and Arcane Shift away if the enemy gets too close. If the enemy is getting away with almost no health, you can do what Ezreal does best and ult for the kill. Don't be scared to use your ultimate, because your Mystic Shot reduces all your cooldowns by 1 second when it hits a target. So what is normally about an 80-second cooldown can get down to a 30 or 40-second cooldown. Mid-game is not a time to slack on minion killing though. Ezreal needs all his items to really shine. I say that mainly since building Trinity Force first means that the more attack damage you get, the more Trinity Force will work for you. Killing enemy champions does give a great reward in gold, but minions get easier and easier to kill the more your items come together. It doesn't matter how good you are at playing a champion, if you don't get the last hits on minions, you will fall behind and have a much harder time to do well as the game progresses. Late game means really defining your items into what you want. Most of the time, I build Zephyr and Bloodthirster as my last remaining items. Zephyr gives a boost to everything you want and gives you the very important tenacity. Bloodthirster gives you a large boost in attack damage and lets you heal up after minor confrontations with its lifesteal. However, this does not mean those are the only 2 items you can get. Mercurial Scimitar can save your life against heavy crowd control teams and heavy magic damage teams, or if the enemy team decides to build armor, you might grab a Last Whisper. If your team has a lot of attack damage champions, you might get the Black Cleaver to help reduce the enemy's armor and benefit your team. Or if you're getting singled out and can't get away, Guardian Angel can literally be a lifesaver. Once you play Ezreal, you will get a better feel for him, and you could start making your own decisions and even tweak your build to fit your playstyle. Late game is also pretty self-explanatory. It is the most important time of the game since it decides who wins, but really there isn't a whole lot to it. Rule number 1, stay with your team. You may be the ultimate killing machine, but the entire enemy team can and will kill you if you aren't careful. Stay behind your team, focus down the most threatening enemies, and don't put yourself in situations that will result in your death. Other than that, the game will be yours. For the last section, I'm going to show you how not to use Ezreal's ultimate. Thank you for watching. I would like to take a moment to talk about this video, and more importantly, the process of making our videos. We take videos from as many games as we can, within reason, and I try to get the best clips of the particular subject I am talking about at the time in the video. I appreciate all the feedback on the first video we did, and I am constantly looking for ways to improve our future videos. All of your opinions are taken into consideration, and I plan to tailor my videos to be exactly what you are looking for in a guide. If I didn't cover something that you think I should have, or if I covered something too much, please let me know. This video took longer than anticipated due to holidays and sickness, but we hope to have a steady stream of videos soon. I'm gonna sell myself here a little. Rate, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. I would love to have your input on who we do the guides over, so here are 3 champion openings that St. Kaiser made. Vote on which one you want us to work on next.